audit observation memo to the Office of the Vice President, the examination in relation to this action, Madam?
What audit actions, Mr. Chair?
Para makumpleto po ninyo yung audit observation memo na inisyo po ninyo sa opisina ng Vice President, ano po yung nararapat gawin nila para sa ganun matugunan po yung action na ginawa ng COA?
As to the AOM, Mr. Chair, kailangan po nila mag-submit ng compliance dun sa observations namin, Mr. Chair.
Ilan-ilan pong mga requirements ang dapat gawin para po matugunan nila yung requirements na hinihingi po ng audit observation memo?
Kung ano po yung nasa audit observation memorandum, Mr. Chair.
Pwede po bang i-enlighten nyo kami kung ano-ano po yung mga yon para sa kapakanan po naming lahat at lahat po ng nakapakikinig nitong ating pinag-uusapan?
Mr. Chair, depende nga po kung ano yung content ng AOM. So if there are 2 observations, edi malamang po, 2 po yung i-comply. If there are 5 po ang i-comply.
Kaya nga po, Mr. Chair, I am referring to the audit observation memo that you issued to the Office of the Vice President.
What period po? Kasi
Ito pong pinag-uusapan natin ngayon.
yung pinag-uusapan po natin, meron po from 2022, meron din pong 3 from 2023.
No, yun nga po. Hindi po ba pinagsama na po yun at yan po yung subject ng inquiry ng committee ito? Narinig mo kanina, nagsalita ang aming speaker. Sabi niya, let us strengthen the institution that uphold our democracy. Pero po, doon sa ginawa po ninyo, did you strengthen the foundation and the independence, the authority of the COA as enshrined in the Constitution?
Mr. Chair, dun po sa compliance po namin, we emphasized on the confidentiality of the information. So kami din po, hindi rin po namin in-expect that it would be released.
Seems this is always public. Ikaw naman. How can you say na hindi mo alam? Sa inyo po kasi confidential. Iba po yung modality nyo because this is audit. Pero once na binigay mo dito, the House of Representatives and all the committees will conduct and undertake meetings publicly. Wala po kaming private meetings. I'd like to ask the representative from COA if the Constitution allocated this particular mandate to other agencies or offices of government other than COA.
Mr. Chair, it is exclusive to the COA.
It is exclusive to the COA. COA alone has the mandate and authority to perform all these functions.
Audit, Mr. Chair.
I just read before you. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
May I direct my questions to the members or representatives of the Commission on Audit?
Attorney, sino na dyan? Camora. Okay.
Mr. Chair, I would like to ask the representative of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, which states that the Commission on Audit shall have the power, authority, and duty to examine, audit, and settle all accounts pertaining to the revenue and receipts of and expenditures or uses of funds and property. You understand this provision, Madam?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
This provision is constitutional.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And this is related to Section 25 of Presidential Decree 1445 or the State Audit Code of the Philippines, which is statement of objectives. It says that in keeping with its constitutional mandate, this is in relation to the provision in Constitution I previously referred to you, the Commission adheres to the following primary objectives. I'm quoting paragraph 2, Mr. Chair, which states to develop and implement a comprehensive audit program that shall encompass an examination of financial transactions. Account also familiar with this provision.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And under Section 26, with title General Jurisdiction, the authority and power of the Commission, meaning COA, shall extend to and comprehend all matters relating to auditing procedures, systems and controls, etc., the examination and inspection of the books, records and papers relating to those accounts and the audit and settlement of the accounts of all persons respecting funds or property received or held by them in an accountable capacity, etc., etc. You're still familiar with this provision?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
These are all provisions which give mandate to COA in the examination, audit, and settlement of public funds. I am correct.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to ask the representative from COA if the Constitution allocated this particular mandate to other agencies or offices of government other than COA.
Mr. Chair, it is exclusive to the COA.
It is exclusive to the COA. COA alone has the mandate and authority to perform all these functions
Audit, Mr. Chair.
I just read before you. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
In issuing the audit observation memo to the Office of the Vice President, the examination in relation to this action, Madam,
What audit actions, Mr. Chair?
para makumpleto po ninyo yung audit observation memo na inisyo po ninyo sa opisina ng Vice President, ano po yung nararapat gawin nila para sa ganun matugunan po yung action na ginawa ng COA?
As to the AOM, Mr. Chair, kailangan po nila mag-submit ng compliance dun sa observations namin, Mr. Chair.
Ilan-ilan pong mga requirements ang dapat gawin para po matugunan nila yung requirements na hinihingi po ng audit observation memo?
Kung ano po yung nasa audit observation memorandum, Mr. Chair.
Pwede po bang enlighten nyo kami kung ano-ano po yung mga yon para sa kapakanan po naming lahat at lahat po ng nakapakikinig nitong ating pinag-uusapan?
Mr. Chair, depende nga po kung ano yung content ng AOM. So if there are 2 observations, edi malamang po, 2 po yung i-comply. If there are 5, 5 po ang i-comply.
Kaya nga po, Mr. Chair, I am referring to the audit observation memo that you issued to the Office of the Vice President.
What period po? Kasi
Ito pong pinag-uusapan natin ngayon.
yung pinag-uusapan po natin, meron po from 2022, meron din pong 3 from 2023.
Yun nga po. Hindi po ba pinagsama na po yun at yan po yung subject ng inquiry ng committee ito? At dahil nga po doon, Mr. Chair, ay inadvisean po yata po. Sulat pong yun sa aking pagkakaintindi mula po sa interpellation kanina pa, ay mukha pong ina-advisean kayo ni Atty. Sanchez na i-ignore po ninyo yung subpoena ng committee ito sapagkat yung ignore po yung House probe sapagkat hindi pa po kumpleto o conclusive yung audit observation memo. Parang ganun po yung aking pagkakaintindi. Tama po ba?
Yung request po nila, Mr. Chair. Yes,
Yes,
po.
ma'am.
Yes po.
Noon pong sabihin ni Atty. Sanchez na ang inyo pong audit observation memo ay hindi pa conclusive o hindi pa kumpleto sapagkat marami pa kayong hihingin sa kanila na isusumitin nila sa opisina ninyo, tama po yung kanyang isinulat. Hindi po ba?
As to yung mga 2023 na AOMs po, kasi at that time, kailangan pa po nilang mag-comply.
Yun nga po.
Yung sa 2022 po, natapos na po yun, nag-comply na sila, nag-issue na ng NS, nag-comply na din sila.
Tapos na po yun.
Hindi pa rin po deficient, so nag-issue na po ng ND.
O sa mga tweet, nag-issue na po ng ND. Yun pong ND ay yung Notice of Disallowance.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yung Notice of Disallowance po, Madam, is also not conclusive because ito po ay appealable and
yes,
contestable.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Meaning to say, it is not a final judgment.
Yes, Mr.
Sa
Chair.
mga tweet, yung pong sulat nila sa inyo, ina-advisean po kayo na sana, hindi naman po siguro kawalan ng paggalang sa committee ito, kung hindi ang ibig nilang sabihin, sapagkat marami pa po naman kayong kakailanganin sa kanila na isasubmit, iniisip po siguro nila para hindi makomplicate ang pag-uusap, sana ay huwag na muna ninyong bigyan. Kasi po humihingi ang House, ang ating pong komite, nung mga dokumento na kakailanganin po dito sa kanilang pagdinig. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. bakit hindi po ninyo binigyan ng due course yung sulat po ni Attorney Sanchez? Ano pong dahilan?
Mr. Chair, nag-issue po ang House, ang committee po ng subpoena to Sistecum sa COA. And dun po sa rules ng COA, pwede naman po kaming maservan ng subpoena. And ayun po, nag-comply lang po kami based dun sa subpoena po.
Mr. Chair, kung halimbawa yung subpoena ng committee ito ay tumutukoy sa mga bagay na hindi pa po ninyo iniimbestigahan, sa akin palagay tama lamang po yun. Ngunit dahil po yung bagay na hiningi po nila ay iniimbestigahan na ninyo, hindi ba dapat ay pumayag kayo na sana'y i-advise nyo yung ang House na, Sir, Madam, with all due respect, ay hindi muna po namin kayo mabibigyan ng inihingi po ninyo sapagkat sa ngayon po ay kami po yung kasalukuyan pong nag-iimbestiga. Hindi po ba pwede ring idahilan yon, Madam, without disrespecting the Committee on Good Government?
Mr. Chair, meron naman pong nire-recognize din naman po namin yung Congress oversight, and yun nga po, we were issued subpoena, so
Mr. Chair, sinasabi ko nga po yun eh. Kung sa bagay siguro na hindi pa ninyo iniimbestiga, makatwiran lang na talagang pagbigyan nyo at nasa lugar naman po. Ngunit sa ganito pong itong pag-uusap na ito, na ang involved pong subject matter in 2023 na inyo pong iniimbestiga, hindi po ba nyo naisip na maaari pong makompromiso ang ginagawa ninyo? Halimbawa po, hindi po ba sa mga proseso o procedures na ginagawa po ninyo, ang audit observation memo at saka notice of disallowance ay confidential po in nature?
yes po.
Ang mga partido sapagkat wala pang ang conclusiveness eh. Iniimbestiga pa nga lang eh. Tama po?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Actually, audit lang po yung sa amin, not technically, hindi po investigate.
Kaya nga importante po na ma-protection kasi ino-audit nyo lang. At alam po ninyo, yung pag-audit ay maaari pong i-contest mula sa level ng regional director, kung nasaan man nag-umpisa. Kung sakasakali pong hindi natapos doon, maski sa level ng commission proper, inaapila pa rin po. At kung sakasakali po eh hindi napagbigyan doon, umaabot din po yun hanggang sa kataas-taasang hukuman, hindi po ba? Kaya po pinapanatili natin confidential ang proseso. Hindi po ba nyo naisip kung sakasakali, yung pong ginagamit po ninyo sa inyong pag-audit ay ibibigay po ninyo sa Committee on Good Government, mabubuyang-yang po yung mga dokumento because of the nature of the hearing in the House of Representatives. Tama po?
Tama po.
Kagaya po ng nangyayari ngayon. Bago po ako magpatuloy, ay gusto ko munang itala on record na hindi ko po binibigyan ng hatol. I am not judging what the Committee on Good Government has done so far in relation to the documents that you furnished this office. Ang sinasabi ko lamang po, kanina po sa unang pagtatanong ko sa inyo, ang sabi po ninyo, there is no other office or agency of government na binigyan po o inallocate ng ating saligang batas para kopyahin ang ginagawa ninyo. Wala na po, kayo lang. Hindi po ba niyo naisip na ang inyo pong gawain, ang inyo pong gagamitin sa inyong pag-audit ay nagamit po ng local government at hindi nyo man lang ipinaliwanag, sana kanina pa po na tinatanong ko, bago pa po ninyo ibigay, pinagbigyan nyo sana yung sulat po ng attorney sapagkat nasa inyo na po ang pag-uusisa ng pag-audit. Masasakripisyo po, masasapubliko po ang gagawin ninyo kung sakasakali. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair. Ang audit po ay exclusive sa Commission on Audit. Pero since ang Congress po ang may hawak sa yung pera po ng yung Yung power of the purse po, I think we do recognize yung Congress oversight over that power, and similar to sub judice po, hindi po nababind ang Congress pagdating po sa power ng Congress na yun po.
Mr.
I think
Chair,
hindi
gusto ko
naman po
pong,
audit ang gusto nilang gawin, which is yung audit po ang sa amin. So,
Mr. Chair, gusto ko pong malaman sa sagot ng ating representative ng COA. Opinion mo ba yan o yan ay kinuha mo sa pinakamataas na opisyal ng COA sapagkat hindi ikaw ang magbibigay ng katwiran doon sa kung ano yung power of the purse at kung ano ang significance nung subpoena na tinanggap ninyo. Ito ba ay pinag-usapan ninyo, tirefer mo sa commission proper?
somehow na-discuss.
Ano po?
Somehow po na-discuss.
What do you
Although
mean
ang-
somehow? Kasi po importante yun eh.
ang-
Alam po ninyo na magkakaroon po ng tension between your mandate and the objective of the Good Government Committee. Iba po yung trajectory nila, iba po yung sa inyo, audit. But you will be using, the committee will be using the same documents. The committee will be using those yardstick that you must be using in your own audit. Sa makatwid po, masasakripisyo po. Halimbawa po, Mr. Chair, noong umpisahan po ng Good Government Committee, yung pag-uusisa po nitong bagay na pinag-uusapan natin. Necessarily, ang gawain po ninyo na interrupt, tama?
Yes po.
Huminto kayo. Hinihintay ba ninyo kung anong magiging outcome po ng pag-uusisa at pag-iimbestiga ng good government?
Paano pong hinihintay po, Mr.
Eh, na-interrupt kayo eh. Sa mga tweet, ang gawain po ninyo ay nabalam. Nabinbin kayo.
It continues naman pa rin po kahit na may mga
Kasasabi mo lang kanina, na-interrupt eh. Ngayon, continuous.
itong sa OVP po, pero sa other audit,
Ito po sinasabi natin, itong pinag-uusapan, the subject matter of the law of this Good Government Committee. Necessarily, ang trabaho po ninyo in relation to the issuance of that audit observation memo was interrupted. Tama po, Madam.
opo, but yung sa other liquidations naman po ng other offices, continuous pa rin naman po. Or sa other, yung sa katulad nung pong sa 2023 na audit, nireceive naman pa rin po namin yung mga compliance po nila.
Madam, dito po sa binasa kong provision kanina, Mr. Chair, kayo po ang may karapatang gumawa ng isang comprehensive program kung paano isasakatuparan ang pag-audit sang-ayon po sa pamantayan ng ating saligang batas. It cannot be delegated to any other agency. Nag-usap na tayo kanina.
Yes po.
What has been delegated can no longer be delegated.
Yes.
That is a principle of law.
Yes po.
Sa mga abogado pong nandito, alam po nila yun eh. Potestas delegata, non delegare potest. Nagkakaintindihan po tayo.
Yes po.
So effectively, you delegated the idea, the work that you have been doing in the first. Ano ngayon, hindi po ba na-compromise yung independence ng Commission on Audit? You have to remember, the COA is an independent constitutional body.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I believe there is no compromise naman
Yun
po,
ang palagay mo.
since yung audit procedures still belong with the Commission on Audit.
Yun ang palagay mo. You're talking of procedures, pero compromise nga yung mga dokumentong gagamitin ninyo. Eh. Kasi binigay mo nga, sabi ko nga sa'yo, walang kasalanan ang committee ito sapagkat sinabina ka, binigay mo without advising them. Sana man lang, sumulat ka man lang, and then the committee, malay mo, they have weighed their options. Baka sakaling hindi ganito nangyari. In this particular case, narinig mo kanina, nagsalita ang aming speaker. Sabi niya, let us strengthen the institution that uphold our democracy. Pero po, doon sa ginawa po ninyo, did you strengthen the foundation and the independence, the authority of the COA as enshrined in the Constitution?
Mr. Chair, dun po sa compliance po namin, we emphasized on the confidentiality of the information. So kami din po, hindi rin po namin in-expect that it would be released.
Seems this is always public. Ikaw naman. How can you say na hindi mo alam? Sa inyo po kasi confidential. Iba po yung modality nyo because this is audit. Pero once na binigay mo dito, the House of Representatives and all the committees will conduct and undertake meetings publicly. Wala po kaming private meetings. So pag sinabi mong hindi na compromise, opinion mo yun eh. Opinion mo. You are not in a position to tell us na hindi na compromise. Only time will tell. Siguro po dapat pinaalam po ninyo. The fact that you did not even, dapat sa
The go signal was from the chairperson. And so, ang
you are
napag-usapan
saying
po
that the commission
is
proper, who gives the go signal? The chairman of the COA?
sa being the head of the ICFAO po. Siya yung head po ng ICFAO.
No, I am asking the head of the institution
The
itself.
head of the institution po, the head of COA po is the CP, but the head of ICFAO, the office, is the chairperson po.
So alam po ng COA head ito.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Alam niya, sigurado ka?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
The commissioners, alam nila?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Narinig po ninyo yung bahagi ng mga interpellation ng mga kasama ko kanina. Most of it siguro, meron po kayong natatandaan. Most particularly, the interpellation of Congresswoman Luistro. Noon pong tinatanong niya yung certain Lachica was guilty of usurpation of
Acosta.
authority. Lachica ba yun?
Acosta po.
Acosta, sorry. Na sinabi niya, according to her, Acosta is even guilty of usurpation of authority of official functions. Narinig po ninyo yun?
Yes
Kasi po, maring nakuha niya yung gawain na yun, allegedly, na hindi naman pala dapat na sa kanya yun. Noon pong hindi nyo inadvisean ang Committee on Good Government, technically, part of your mission, part of your mandate on authority was usurped. Sila na po yung nagtatanong eh. Ang ginagamit po nila, yung mga dokumento, yung mga reports, and the papers, nasasalig ang batas, ang sinasabi, kayo po ang dapat mag-examine, kayo po ang dapat mag-audit, nobody else. So in a way, part of your function was usurped, technically. Tama po.
Tama po, Mr. Chair, pero it does not
Hindi,
mean
tama
po.
po.
Tama po,
Pero,
pero it does not mean po na we will just take it hook, line, and sinker. We will still audit based on what our standards are. I-conduct pa rin po namin yung audit na based sa amin po.
palagay natin. Paano kung hindi pareho ang outcome nyo? Paano hindi pareho ang conclusion nyo? What happens?
I think we will stand by yung audit po ng COA.
O ibig mo sabihin, yung outcome ng aking mga colleagues ay mali. Ang sinasabi ko kasi pwedeng hindi kayo magtugma eh. Because your procedure is different. The manner of questioning probably is not even personal. Passive ang sa inyo, active sila.
Yes, Mr. Chair. On that part, we will still use our expertise
Kaya nga,
on our
You will
audit.
still rely on your expertise because you are the expert. Kayo ang nakakaalam ng comprehensive program and plan. Kayo ang expert sa inyong mga fields. And the members of this committee, hindi sila expert. Yan ang ibig mo sabihin.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Kayo ang expert, sila hindi expert. Tama? Kaya pwedeng
Iba naman po ang sa
Kaya nga yun ang
Congress,
sinasabi ko
Mr.
sa iyo
Chair.
Magkakaroon sigurado kayo ng pagkakaiba ng resulta. What happens then? What will happen to the integrity of the Commission on Audit?
Sir, eventually, if ever man na mapunta po ito sa CP and then mapunta sa courts, even the courts can reverse COA po.
Ang iniiwasan po kasi natin ay yung magkaiba po ng outcome. Pareho po yung ginamit. Ang mga papeles, ang mga report, lahat po ng dokumentong nakita namin inisa-isa at binusisi ng mga kasama ko are the same. Pero mag-iiba po kayo ng outcome.
Mr. Chair, I believe ang outcome po from Congress is legislation, while ang sa amin po is yung result of audit po.
Indicated your authority by giving to this committee the very basis of your audit because they were made public.
No, Mr. Chair.
Why do you think that your answer? Pero pinamigay po ninyo part of your function. That is the point.
I believe that the function of the Congress
Do not
here
say I believe.
is as
We are
oversight.
after facts here. We are not after what you believe and we're not after your opinion. Ang pinag-uusapan natin are factual issues. Okay? Sabi mo kanina, sumagot ka kanina, no other offices, no other agencies ang nakakagawa ng function. It's only exclusive to COA.
The audit function, Mr. Chair. We just simply recognize the authority of the Congress.
In simply recognizing the authority of Congress, you have wittingly or unwittingly surrendered part of your mandate because you expose the confidentiality of those documents which should have been preserved per your own rules and regulations. Am I correct?
No, Mr. Chair, we have not surrendered our mandate.
How do you know that you have not surrendered? How do you know? Are you in a position to even assess the impact of your action?
It is still the COA that is performing the audit. The Congress is doing a different thing. They're not auditing the funds.
What are they doing?
Legislating.
What?
Legislating po. I believe we are all here because
You've
this
been
hearing
sitting
is
here for
in
several
aid-
hours.
is in aid for
Did you know the kind of
legislation.
legislation that are supposed to be coming up? Meron ba silang sinabi sa iyo na meron na kaming legislation in mind? Meron bang lumitaw? Kanina pa tayo rito. Ako, alas 10 ng umaga nandito ako. Did you have an idea as to what legislation are coming up?
For example,
For example, meron bang legislation na baka sakaling nagle-legislate sila,
later
natuturuan kayo kung paano ang pag-audit?
no po, for example, yung SAGA as a budget on confidential funds. That will become subject of future legislation.
Why are you the one articulating that? You are not a member of Congress. Yan ang
That
sinasabi
is
ko
why-
kanina pa eh.
That is why
Kanina
nga
ko
po,
pa sinasabi, what you are saying, opinion mo eh.
that is
I
why
am
po
trying to emphasize to you kung ano yung impact.
That is
No.
why
Baka mapagalitan ka ng chair. Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, seryosong bagay. Uulitin ko sa'yo, the mandate to audit, the mandate to examine, the authority belongs only to COA. While the terminology is different, pero the basis of your audit and the basis of the investigation of this committee are one and the same. Yun ang sinasabi ko sa iyo. Did you not compromise the integrity and the independence of COA by doing so? Do not make your own opinion. I will probably accept an answer na siguro balikan mo yung commission kung tama yung ginawa ninyo. Iwanan muna kita sandali kasi gusto ko mag-isip ka rin. Mr. Chair, may I direct my attention to the land bank people? Madam, kanina po sinabi nyo sa mga kliyente nyo, somehow you accord some sort of parang courtesy, parang ganyan. Lumawa, nag-withdraw sila ng, magkano po ba yung withdraw kanina, pinag-uusapan natin?
125 million, Your Honor.
Ano po ba yung napakalaking bagay na pinoproteksyon na ninyo kung sakasakaling yung isa po sa guard nyo tinulungan lang pong isakay po sa sasakyan dahil mabigat po at napakarami po palang winidraw. What is so spectacular about helping because they are valued clients? Explain nga po ninyo sa maiintindihan namin kasi hindi po kami bankero
Your Honor, ang duty po talaga ng security guard namin ay to secure po yung bank premises.
Alam ko po yun, madam.
Opo, yun.
But somehow, sa mga ibang establishment, alam po ninyo, yung gwardiya po, pumunta po kayo sa mga food chain. Yung gwardiya po, minsan naglilinis ng mesa. Kinukuha po niya yung mga pinggan. Nakikita niyo po yun. Very, Hindi po unusual yun. Gwardiya po yun. Ang tinatanong ko po yung, maano po yung halimbawa sa bigat po ng daladala na tumulong lang pong iginanon po sa sakyan. Ang laking bagay po ba noon, madam?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, talaga pong ganun ang...
Ano nga po yung wisdom?
ah,
Na kung bakit halimbawa pinagbabawalan niyo yung gwardiya naman na to lift a finger just to help somebody dahil sa bigat po ng kanyang daladalang pera na isakay po doon sa kanyang sasakyan.
Sir, yung pinoprotektahan din po namin yung security risk din po. So baka po on the way na tumulong siya ay may mawala po doon sa... Kasi hands-off na po kami once na ma-release na po namin yung funds sa pay.
Mr. Chairman, can I have a very quick interjection with the indulgence of our my good
With the
compadre?
indulgence of Congressman Marcoleta. Just a quick interjection from Congressman.
Just a very quick interjection, Mr. Chair.
With the indulgence. Yes, Congressman Garin.
Yeah. Mr. Chair, the security guard of a bank is in the lives that will be at stake there. Paano makaka-respond yan kasi ginawa mong kargador? That's one. Second, Mr. Chair, the security guards, well, they are adequately paid for that profession. Hindi naman ganun ka sobrang laki na kapag pinabitbit mo and then the client will say, nako, kulang ito. Paano ngayon kung mapagbintangan sila? So it's not only protecting the bank, the other people and the clients, but their task is to be a security guard. And
Mr. Chair, my kumare is speculating. Yung sinasabi ko, actual po yun eh. Meron po bang mga tao nun, nung kayo po sinasakay lang po yung pera na siguro po nabigatan lang, ginanong ko lang. Ang laki po bang kasalanan yun, madam? Mga bangko po kayo eh, di ba? Dapat po yung mga kliyente naman nagbibigay kayo kahit nyo sa bangko ninyo. Land bank pa naman kayo, gobyerno pa naman kayo. Dapat naman hindi ganun. Kung nakita nyo naman, wala namang peligrosong nakita nyo hirap na hirap po yung, maano man lang ganun. Nasabi ko lamang po, madam, sapagkat parang hindi naman kapanipaniwala naman na, kasi po mas naniniwala po ako dun sa sinabi kanina na meron pong nagbigay po kayo ng parang parang lang iganon yung trolley. Ano po yun? Ugaling Pilipino po yun eh. Hindi po masyadong kapanipaniwala yung argumento po ninyo. Mas naniniwala po ako dun sa sinabi kanina. So, last na po sa inyo, babalikan kayo, madam. Sa akin pong palagay, ay na-compromise po ninyo yung integrity, yung independence na ano ba sa Tagalog, yung repose, yung ipinagkatiwala sa inyo ng saligang batas. Maring hindi po nyo alam, maring hindi conscious kayo, pero part of that authority na ibigay po ninyo. Sa makatwid, meron pong na-compromise ngayon. Sa aking palagay po, kung talagang susuriin ito, kung makakapagseryoso po tayo, baka po maring managot po ang inyong mga opisyal. I am referring to the chairman and the commissioners of COA. Somebody might file an impeachment case on the ground of, ano bang grounds natin? Betrayal of public trust. Alam po ninyo, mataas na uring pagpapahalaga yun eh. Kayo na rin po ang umamin at alam kong tama naman ang sinabi niyo. There is no other agency of government. Ang saligang batas po, mahigpit ang tagubilin. Siloso po yung saligang batas. Ayaw niya na meron po kayong ipagbibigyan pa. It was delegated exclusively to you. You cannot delegate that, even part of that particular authority and function. Mr. Chair, salamat po sa inyong panahon.
Thank you, Congressman Marcoleta. The chair would like to pose a few questions to the COA, Attorney Camora. Attorney Camora, do you agree with me that COA, under the Constitution, have the power and duty to examine, audit, and settle all accounts pertaining to all revenues, receipts, so forth, and so on?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. And do you also agree with me that under the 1987 Constitution, it likewise provides, specifically Section 21, that the Senate or the House of Representatives or any of the respective committees may conduct inquiry in aid of legislations in accordance with its duly published rules of procedure. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so perhaps this is the reason kung bakit po kayo sumunod sa subpoena duces tecum na binigay po sa inyo nitong committee. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Salamat.
Mr.
Dito
Chair,
po sa...
Mr. Chair.
Excuse me, Congressman Marcoleta, I'm still asking questions. At dito po sa aming rules, maliwanag po dito, under Section 1, power to conduct inquiries. Pursuant to Section 21, Article 6 of the Constitution, the House of Representatives or any of its committees may conduct inquiries in aid of legislation in accordance with these rules. Second paragraph, the filing or pendency of a case before any court, tribunal, or quasi-judicial or administrative body shall not stop or abate any inquiry conducted to carry out a legislative purpose. Nung kayo po, ito po ay nandito na sa NBank na po ba to? Nasa commission proper na po ba to?
Wala pa po, Mr. Chair.
Nasaan na po
Yung ND po, hindi po
Would
po
you
siya
consider
na-appeal.
this as quasi-judicial? You are exercising quasi-judicial function.
If it goes to appeal po, it
Okay.
will be
If it does not goes to appeal, nasaan pa lang po to?
Nasa audit.
Administrative.
Yes po.
Tama po ba?
Yes po.
So ibig sabihin, pasok po dito sa amin. Sa binasa ko po, the filing or pendency of a case before any court or abate any inquiry conducted to carry out a legislative purpose. Tama po ba?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Ano po ang rationale nito? Ang rationale po nito, because Congress has the ano po? Anong function po meron kami?
Legislative.
On top of ano po ang pinakatama pong hakbang gawin? To file a petition before the Supreme Court. Petition for certiorari. Now, let me walk you through the specific constitutional provision. In the case of Romero versus Estrada, the Supreme Court emphasized that the inapplicability of the sub judice rule to inquiries in aid of legislation is not limited to criminal or administrative cases. It can be extended to appealed cases and special civil actions awaiting final disposition before the Supreme Court. Otherwise, it would be extremely easy to subvert any intended inquiry by Congress through the convenient ploy of instituting a criminal or an administrative complaint. Surely the exercise of sovereign legislative authority, of which the power of legislative inquiry is an essential component, cannot be subordinate to a criminal or administrative investigation. Ito po ba ang first time na ang COA ay nasa pina ng Kongreso o ng Senado?
Ngayon lang po sa akin ay hindi ko pa alam kung may ibang instances sa rest of COA. Pero since ngayon lang po ang experience
Sa inyo po?
ko, so I can speak
Okay.
only for myself.
So, pero maliwanag naman po yung ating explanation na ang Kongreso po ay may kapangyarihan. Tama po ba? That is the reason why you complied with the subpoena duces tecum that Congress or this committee issued before the Commission on Audit. Tama po ba?
Tama pa, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congressman Marcoleta.
may I make a very short rejoinder? Mr. Chair,
Yes, please.
considering that you mentioned Article 6, Section 21 of the Philippine Constitution, that relates to our function in aid of legislation. It's inquiry or investigation in aid of legislation. Incidentally, Mr. Chair, Section 22 is the oversight function of Congress. Dapat sana ang COA ay doon po kayo bumase doon sa oversight function, not under Section 21, because that is in aid of legislation. That is the limitation imposed by law. Hindi po lahat ng investigation ay po pwede. Under that particular section of 21, there should be a legislative purpose. Nakabalangkas na po yun. Hindi po gagawa ng batas habang nagtatanong o pagkatapos na magtanong. Very clear po, it is in aid of legislation. Dapat, prerequisite po, nakabalangkas na yung batas. The reason why we are asking you to appear before us is to help us complete the legislation. Sa ngayon po, with all the questions answered and asked, wala pa pong malinaw na legislative purpose. Am I correct?
Meron na po.
Ano?
Mr. Chairman, marami po.
Point of order.
Well, in
Mr. Chair.
fact,
What is the point of order
Point
of Congressman
Mr. Chair.
Acop?
The Honorable Marcoleta has still the floor. Let him finish. As I've said a while ago, we follow our rules.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Please continue, Congressman Marcoleta.
Yes, I know that, but ang sinasabi ko lamang po, I do not contest that. Pero ang sinasabi ko, if it is in aid of legislation, maliwanag po sana na una na po yung balangkas, kahit outline lang. Hindi yung pong nagtatanong na tayo ng nagtatanong, sapagkat meron din pong jurisprudence na hindi dapat mauna po yung kabayo kaysa sa kalesa. Kasi po yung kabayo, ihilay niya yung kalesa. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair. Thank you
Mr.
for
Chair.
your time.
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Ako, you recognize.
I do not want to debate with the erudite Honorable Marcoleta, but I think Article 6, Section 21 of the 1987 Constitution will be followed. Why? Because this was strengthened by the case of Romero versus Estrada in the year 2009, where it was decided by the Supreme Court, and I would like to quote, inquiries in aid of legislation are utilized to enable the legislative body to gather information and thus legislate wisely and effectively, and to determine whether there is a need to improve existing laws or enact new or remedial legislation, albeit the inquiry need not result in any potential legislation. Those are the words of the Supreme Court. The conduct of inquiries in aid of legislation may not result in any legislation at all, as decided by the Supreme Court. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, may I
Yes.
pose some questions, Mr. Chair?
Before I recognize you, let me first quote the case of Ong versus Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. Dito po, sabi po dito, ang Kongreso ang guardian of public funds. Ang investigasyon sa government transaction is a proper exercise of the power of inquiry. Kabilang sa mga transaksyong ito, ang government agencies created by Congress. Number 2, officers whose position are within the power of Congress to regulate or even abolish. Yes, Congressman Z. Adjong.
Thank you.
Alonto Adjong, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let me pose a few questions to COA. Mr. Chair, I do not want to even approach to some degree or proximity to argue or debate with three of the lawyers here. But as a non-lawyer, I do understand the meaning of integrity. So I'd like to ask COA, Mr. Chair, a few questions. Kasi medyo ran legislator here. Ayoko din po na ma-compromise yung integrity and independence of the Commission, COA. So I'd just like to ask COA a few questions. When we ask questions, you were invited here as a resource person, am I correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And your response will only be limited within the documents that you have provided to this committee by virtue of the subpoena, am I correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Your answers will only be limited with what you have issued based on the observation memorandum and the notice of disallowances. Am I correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
That based on your questions, you do not impose your individual, personal opinions, but rather based on the observations that you have issued.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. I'd like to ask you, of all the questions that you were asked and some of the positions that each of the members of this committee have taken so far, would that any way influence you to approach the process of your audit?
Somehow, it will.
Okay,
Is that we will.
let me paraphrase my
We
question.
will.
Let me paraphrase my question. Should this committee, or I'm sure that we will reach a point where the committee will submit its committee report, would any in the items of the committee report be used as a replacement of the way you have conducted your audit or continue to conduct your audit?
Mr. Chair, we will still conduct our audit objectively.
So meaning to say, whatever would be the decision of the committee, it will never replace, or
Yes.
it will never set as a guide for
Yes,
you
Mr.
to
Chair.
approach
Yes, Mr. Chair.
the process of your audit insofar as this discussion is concerned, the AOM and the notice of disallowances. Am I
Yes,
correct?
Mr. Chair. Yes, Mr. Chair.
So meaning to say, whatever questions or the possible legislations that we will introduce, that will never affect the decision of the COA or the proceedings of COA to
Ye-
continue auditing the confidential funds
As to the confidential funds now of the
Yes,
OVP
that's
and the
correct.
DepEd, yes, Mr. Chair.
So meaning
As
to
to
say,
the-
yes, meaning to say, whatever whatever issues or topics we discuss here, it will still irrelevant insofar as the process of your auditing is concerned.
Yes, sir. We will.
Integrity. That I understand. That COA, their participation here, they are merely responding to the questions of the members of this committee in order to
Mr. Chair,
formulate possible formulate possible legislation, Mr. Chairman, that insofar as independence and integrity are concerned, I personally believe that the decision of this committee in how we discuss the issue of confidential funds will never in any way dissuade COA in the way they approach their auditing system or how they conduct the auditing of all these funds that is now being discussed by this committee, Mr. Chair. That I think, that I understand yung meaning po nung sinasabing independence at integrity na nami-mention po. Tama po ba yun, COA?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Whatever our learnings here, we will not apply to this particular case, but we will review our standards, our audits, our procedures, and we will apply it to all the agencies that will fall under the audit of the ICAO and the rest of COA po.
So it will never influence
No, sir. It
the
is still
final decision of the COA.
it is still the prerogative of COA.
Thank you, Attorney Camora. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Pwede pong mag-ano lang ako.
Congressman. Yes.
Tanong lang ako kay Mr.
Yes,
Chairman,
Senior Deputy Speaker Dong Gonzales, you're recognized.
kay Attorney Abella. Attorney Abella, di ba yung notarial authority nyo is nasa Manila po?
Yes, Your Honor.
But yung documents na ninonotaryo nyo are from Pasig and Mandaluyong. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor. But the actual notarial, Your Honor, was done in Manila, Your Honor.
Pakilakas lang po ng konti.
The actual sealing of the document, Your Honor, were done in Manila, Your Honor.
So, wala pa pong decision yung Supreme Court na wherever you are na nagnotaryo ka, pwede kang magnotaryo sa ibang places.
Your Honor, the notary, Your Honor, is within the jurisdiction, Your Honor. However, in this case, Your Honor, the documents where I confirmed the document and they personally appeared before me in these places. However, I took the documents in Pasig, Your Honor, in Manila, Your Honor, and sealed there, Your Honor, where my stamp seal is, Your Honor.
Thank you for that information, Attorney Abella.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to ask a question to Mr. Edward Pajarda. Mr. Edward Pajarda, last hearing, may tinatanong po ako na 37.5 million. Parang nakapag-incas po kayo ng isang quarter ng 37.5 million in 2023. If I'm not mistaken, parang July po yun, 37.5 first quarter and second quarter, tatlong cheque po yung naipapalit nyo sa land bank. So, that is equivalent to 112.5 million. Tama po ba, Mr. Pajarda?
I confirm, Your Honor. Tama po.
Tapos, in my recollection, nagpa-incas ka ng July, if I'm not mistaken, July 11 or July 13, ng 37.5 million. Tapos po, si Miss Gina Acosta, nagpa-incas po siya ng July 13, 2 days, ang difference ng 125 million sa land bank, Shaw Boulevard. So, parang nakasabay po yung cheque ng 125 million and the other is 37.5 billion. So land bank, last hearing po, tinatanong ko sa inyo kung yung 125 million, the same date po yung pagka-withdraw ni Mr. Pajarda at ni Ms. Gina Acosta. So ang makakasagot po yun, yung land bank Pasig at saka yung land bank Shaw Boulevard. Mr. Pajarda, you want to answer the question?
Your Honor, magkaiba po kasi ang DepEd sa OBP.
Hindi,
So,
ang point ko lang po, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Paharda, parang nagkatagpo yung date ng July 11 and July 13. Kung yung OVP is July 13, equivalent of 125 million, and yours is from DepEd, is equivalent to 37.5 million. The summation of the two is 125 plus 37.5. So yun lang po ang tinatanong ko. Ang tanong ko, parehong lugar ang pinuntaan ng na-withdraw yung pera from Show Boulevard and from Pasig. Wherever. Kung dinala nyo sa DepEd o dinala nyo sa OVP o magkaiwalay yung 37.5, halimbawa sa DepEd, yung 125 million sa OVP. Ang inaano ko lang po dito, yung parang sabay yung date ng kasi sa bangko kasi no matter how, if your check is July 13 or July 11, you can encash on the same day. Tama po ba, Ma'am Lanbang?
Basta po yung advice po nun ay nasa land bank na po. Pero yung po, sorry po, Your Honor. Yung-
Kasi, halimbawa, ginawa ko yung cheque ng July 11 kay Mr. Edward Fajarda ng 37.5 million. Tapos yung sa inyo po, July 13, Show Boulevard, in-issue ko kay Gina Acosta yung 125 million ng July 13. Pero pwede pong ipapalit yun the same day ng July 15. Tama po ba?
Magkasabay po ng July 15, Your
Opo,
Honor.
pero different branch. Branch in Show Boulevard and Land Bank Pasig po ang sinasabi ko.
Your Honor, hindi ko po masasagot yan kung magkakasabay sila. Basta po sa amin pag po in your mark, kung anong araw po yon, doon po niya pwede makuha.
So ewan ko po, inihingi ko po sa inyo, sa committee ito, na anong date tinanggap yung 125 million sa Show Boulevard, anong date at anong oras tinanggap ni Ma'am Gina Acosta. Number 2, anong date pinahingkas ni Mr. Edward Fajarda yung 37.5 at anong oras niya tinanggap yung pera. Sigurado po, sa likod ng cheque, pipirma ka doon, di ba? Tapos i-receive mo yung cash. Tama po ba, Mr. Fajarda?
Tama po, may perma po ako sa cheque.
Mr. Chairman, Ma'am Lanbang, tama po ba yung tinatanong ko?
With DepEd branch, the check was in cash on July 13 at around 2 p.m., sir.
2 p.m. How about the 125 million, ma'am?
Around 2:35 p.m., Your Honor.
What date, ma'am, is that?
Sorry po.
What date is that?
July 14.
July 14.
Yes,
So there is a difference of 1 day.
Yes, Your Honor.
So meaning to say, Mr. Chairman, ni-withdraw niya yung checking data July 11 ng July 13 ng DepEd, tapos yung OVP, withdraw niya ng July 14. Tama po ba, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Your Honor.
So yun lang po, Mr. Chairman. At kung i-add mo yung dalawa, 125 million plus 37.5 million. Magkano po ba yun, former Special Disbarring Officer? 125 plus 37.5. 162 million, the total of the two checks. 162 million out of 0.9.
0.5 po.
0.5. So yun lang po, Mr. Chairman. Yun lang ang gusto kong maklear. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Congressman Garin. You're recognized.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. Magandang gabi po sa lahat. Mr. Chair, let me go back to Sir Lemuel Ortonio.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Okay. As Assistant Chief of Staff, kayo po ang nag-request sa DBM. I forgot what you call that. Request for augmentation of funds. Tama po ba?
I'll just check, Your Honor.
You had a letter request that was showed earlier.
If I recall it right, ma'am, the request for additional funding is signed by the VP. If you are referring to the
Signed by the
VP,
by the VP.
Vice President.
Pero
Vice
ando doon
President.
po yung pangalan mo sa sulat. Correct?
May I be clarified na lang po, Your Honor, on the document that you are referring to?
It's dated September 19, 2022, addressed to Ms. Mary Grace de los Santos. It mentions that pertaining to your request for additional funding, you are respectfully submitting the documents to support the said request. At kasama nga doon ang physical and financial plan as prescribed under COA with the Joint Circular 201501, which is actually the Joint Circular on Confidential Funds. Tama po? Mr.
Yes,
Chair?
that's correct, Your Honor. I signed that
Okay.
document.
So noong pong sinubmit nyo itong Physical and Financial Plan sa DBM, kaakibat doon ang request for confidential funds. Tama po?
The physical and financial plan, Your Honor, was part of the requirement that DBM...
Yes, if I may, because of the time constraints. It's a yes or it's a no?
Yes, it's part of a requirement from
Okay.
DBM.
So nung sinubmit nyo po yun at dumating nga sa inyo, ang nakalagay tuloy mentions confidence building activities in the Office of the Vice President. Yung PAP nyo.
In the PFP, that's correct, Your
Yeah.
Honor.
So confidence building in the Office of the Vice President. Tama
Correct.
po?
That's correct.
Okay. There were also news when the confidential fund was being discussed that part of the funds were actually used to construct the satellite offices of the Vice President. Tama po?
Can you rephrase the question? Can you repeat the question again, Your Honor?
Nung pumutok ang usapin ng confidential fund, nagkaroon ng mga usapan kung saan isa sa sinagot. And I believe it was in one of the documents that was attached as request to by the Office of the President, the Office of the Vice President, na portion ng pera ay ginamit para sa infrastruktura, ibig sabihin yung mga extension offices ng Office of the Vice President.
Is it pertaining to the confidential funds,
Yes.
Your Honor?
Meron bang ganon or wala?
I cannot remember, Your Honor, because I cannot remember connecting the confidential funds to the...
So walang
construction.
ginamit na confidential fund for infrastructure programs?
As far as I know, Your Honor, as far as I know.
Okay. So moving forward, ano po ang pinaggamitan ng confidential fund?
Based on the information that was relayed to me when we drafted the AOM, part of which, if I can remember it right, it's on the part of which is on the purchase of information, reward, payment of reward, rental of safe houses, purchase of supplies, provision of medical and food aid, and payment of incentives or traveling relative to confidential operations. That is based on the accomplishment report that was submitted to COA.
Okay. Let us compare yung confidence building in the Office of the Vice President. Ang pagkaintindi ko, yun yung PAP. Ibig sabihin, yun yung bahay. Yun yung description ng pangkabuang project. Tama po ba, Mr. Chair?
I'd like to correct lang po, Your Honor, the PAP as reflected in the PFP, it's Good Governance Program po.
Ano po yung implementation that document with Congresswoman Franz Castro, pero ngayon nakaalis na siya. Maybe the Secretariat can assist me. It was actually the matrix, no, not the matrix, the document that show, it's a table. Nakalagay doon yung confidence building activities.
I think it was. Okay. It's on the expected outcome, Your Honor. It's on the second column, expected outcome.
Okay, maybe the Secretariat can show us a document in the... So ang nakalagay po sa second column, ano po ang nakasaad doon? Ayan, I already saw it, no? It actually says program project activities per physical and financial plan. Ang nakalagay sa baba, this is actually the accomplishment report, utilization of confidential and intelligence funds, no? It says safe implementation of OVP initiatives and confidence building. Ano pong ibig sabihin nito? As the Assistant Chief of Staff, Sir Lemuel Ortonio.
In my understanding, Your Honor, it's activities mga activities po ito, Your Honor, to ensure that all the activities of the OVP will be implemented safely and that no untoward incidents will happen in the implementation of those activities.
Mr. Chair, with, of course, due courtesy to Sir Lemuel Ortonio, pwede niyo po bang ma-define ang confidence building?
Based on my understanding, Your Honor, confidence building is ensuring that the image of the OVP is maintained and that no threat will be, walang threat na mangyayari to the institution itself. That's my understanding, Your Honor. But,
Mr. Chair, so ang sa pagkaintindi ng OVP, kapag sinabi natin confidence building, ang ibig sabihin nito ay you build the image of the Vice President, of the office of the Vice President,
The institution, Your Honor.
of the institution. Of by institution, you're referring to the office of the
The
Vice
office.
President.
That's correct, Your Honor.
You build the image and at the same time, you prevent threats to the office.
That's correct.
Okay. If we look at and search confidence building, well, it can be said, no, improving the confidence and practicing self-care, but basically it means building someone's trust or someone's confidence. And in this case, kanino pong trust ang binibuild nyo?
It's the institution po, Your Honor.
So the trust ng Office of the Vice President ng mga empleyado papunta sa leadership, ganun po ba?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Saan po nangyayari ang payment of rewards?
Your Honor, I won't be able to provide information because I am not familiar on the disbursement of the confidential.
Pero kasi dito, ang nakasaad ay confidence building activities in the Office of the Vice President. So, kung hindi po alam ng halos lahat ng nandito, paano po ito naganap? Because it's confidence building in the Office of the Vice President.
Based on the information that was shared earlier, Your Honor, sir.
And the participants are the security officers of the Vice President?
I'm not familiar, Your Honor, who are the participants, but it's the security officer who takes the lead
Okay.
in the
So, Mr. Chair,
activities.
dito po sa inyong mga naipakita, merong provision of medical and food aid. May I ask the Commission on Audit, alam po natin na iba po ang auditing ng confidential funds vis-a-vis the regular funds. Pag confidential funds ang ginamit, bumili ka ng office supplies, bumili ka ng mga gamot, merong mga food, mga pagkain, kailangan ang resibo o hindi?
Normally, kailangan po ng resibo.
So even if it is confidential fund, dapat may resibo naka-attach. Tama o hindi?
Merong documentary evidence of
So
payment.
meron bang resibong naka-attach, ma'am, or wala?
Wala po, DEP lang po. Acknowledgement receipt.
So kunyari confidential fund ang source at ang linagay doon ay purchase of medicines and food, hindi kailangang maglagay ng resibo doon sa gamot or pagkain na binili. Ganun po ba?
Based on the joint circular ngayon, documentary evidence of payment lang po ang required.
Ba?
Nung cash po.
When Gina Acosta was saying, yung pong pera ay hindi niya naiintindihan kung sino-sino yung mga taong nasa acknowledgement receipts kasi binigay niya kay Colonel.
Colonel La Chica po.
Okay, Colonel La Chica, Mr. Chair. Sa pananaw nyo, Mr. Lemuel or Tonyo, kung ikaw yung SDO, ibibigay mo yung pera kay Colonel La Chica, sino ang dapat na pumirma ng acknowledgement receipt?
For this one, Your Honor, it's Colonel La Chica because it's Colonel La Chica who received.
Ang ibig sabihin, kung sino ang tumanggap ng pera ay dapat siyang nakapirma.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So in this case, do you believe that Gina Acosta committed a possible crime?
I cannot say yes or no, Your Honor, because I do not know on the process how.
Hindi, doon lang
Yung
tayo,
process
Mr.
nilang
Chair, sa
dalawa.
acknowledgement receipt. Very basic. Ikaw ang SDO, example, kasi wala dito si Ma'am Gina Acosta, pero ikaw ang kasama na pumunta sa bangko. Binigay sa iyo ang 125 million pesos dahil sa approval at utos ng Vice President. Ngayon, in-encash mo yung pera. As SDO, Mr. Chair, and as Assistant Chief of Staff, hindi po ba ang ibig sabihin ng SDO, accountable siya doon sa pera?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Ngayon, yung pera na yon ipamimigay niya. Pwede niya bang ipabigay sa ibang tao, kagaya sa iyo, o hindi?
Sorry, Your Honor. Can you repeat the
Pwede. Cebuano ka, sir, no?
question? Cebuano, ma'am. Kung
Okay.
maka-Cebuano, ma'am. mas
Pwede
maayos.
ba na lain ang muhatag sa kwarta?
Based on my understanding, Your Honor, and considering as what was mentioned by Ms. Gina Acosta earlier, because the security.
No, Mr. Chair, let me rephrase my question. Sir Lemuel, you have been in government for a long time. I fully believe that you are capable and intelligent. Very basic yung ating pinag-uusapan. SDO, Special Disbursing Officer, taga-release ng pera. Tama po o hindi?
That's correct.
Okay. So kung ikaw ang SDO, magre-release ka ng pera, number one question, sino ang dapat na pumirma?
The one who received the fund.
Yung binigyan ng pera. Second question, sino ang pwedeng mag-release?
Based on the functions of the SDO, it's the SDO.
Can the function, Costa, nasa iyo ang pera, pwede bang sabihin mo kay Attorney Sanchez, Attorney Rosalie, well, it can be answerable by yes or no. Per your experience and per your knowledge, that's basic knowledge.
Yes, Your Honor.
So pwede na ibang tao ang magbigay ng pera?
Based on my understanding on the JMC, Your Honor.
Where in the joint memorandum circular is this stated, Mr. Chair?
Or not na ma-delegate. So I would understand it na once it's disbursed, the funds
Hindi na tinanong ni Congressman Ross, because we have na hindi nila naiintindihan ang responsibilidad na kaakibat ng ganito. So ulitin ko, Mr. Chair, ang sinasabi ni Sir Lemuel, pwede niyang iutos sa iba ang pamigay ng pera? Hinga
no,
nilang 500 million. I-encash nimo ang 500 million. Ikaw karon ang responsable. Pwede ba nimo nga ihatag nimo nako pero ang ako papirmahon si Kong Zia? Or ihatag nimo nako pero ang ako papirmahon ang katong mga barangay captain dito sa barangay? Is that legal, Mr. Chair, or not? Hindi, ito lang naman. Yun din naman yung tanong ko kanina sa Tagalog. Yeah.
as to
Sir
whether-
Lemuel, you are under oath. No. We would like to help everybody. No. What we need is actually full cooperation, because if we realize that many people, high-ranking government officers at that point, do so. Maybe I can ask Ma'am Fajarda. I believe coming from DepEd, you're also very knowledgeable. Attorney Fajarda, in your understanding of an SDO, ano po ang ibig sabihin ng isang SDO?
The SDO is the Special Disbursing Officer, which is the accountable person for the funds that are being entrusted to him.
Thank you very much, Attorney Sunshine. Ngayon, yung SDO, pag binigyan ng pera, cash at cheque, in-cash ng SDO, who is accountable for that money?
It should be the SDO, Your Honor.
Okay. Kung siyang accountable ngayon
Me too, Your Honor.
na nakaharap niya,
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, I'm not really sure because earlier I was traveling in the province and coming to Manila. Maybe the Secretariat can check on this. I somehow overheard Ma'am Gina Acosta say na yung iba kay Vice President. Tama po ba? Was it mentioned earlier?
In-cash yung pera at ibigay kay Colonel of the Vice President.
So there was no instance that the money was turned over to the head of the agency or the Vice President?
Insofar as what
Yun rin kanina si Ma'am Gina Acosta. Sino ang dapat pumirma?
The person whom she disbursed the money to, supposedly, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Mr. Chair, let me go to Mr. Edward Fajarda. Sir, you are the SDO
Your Honor.
3 times. After encashing it, to whom did you turn it over?
After encashing it, nagdi-disburse po ako sa security officer.
What's the name of the security officer?
Colonel Dennis Nolasco.
Colonel Nolasco. Buo yan.
Hindi po, Your Honor. Kasi mostly weekly.
DepEd confidential funds were all signed by Colonel Nolasco.
No, Your Honor.
Why?
Ang naperma po sa acknowledgement receipt ay yung pong tumanggap ng pera.
Akala ko ang binigyan mo ng pera si Colonel Nolasco.
Ang pinepermahan niya po, yung pong binigay ko sa kanya, yun po ang pinepermahan niya. Pero yung pong acknowledgement receipt, sa Phil po yan eh. Let's say for example, bayad po sa safe house. Kung sino po yung pinagbigyan niya.
So, Mr. Chair, can we now ask the Commission on Audit, Ma'am, can the SDO delegate his or her functions?
Mr. Chair, based on the certification po, hindi po.
So, hindi pwede na iba ang mang-distribute ng pera unless sila ay SDO din. Ano po ang violation, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, dun sa ginawa ni Mr. Edward Fajarda?
Mr. Chair, kasi dapat bonded yung na-delegate po siya to non-bonded personnel.
Precisely. So, ang tanong, ano ang liability?
May violation po sa Joint Circular, Mr. Chair. I think meron pong violation, penal clause dito sa Joint Circular.
At pag ikaw ay nag-violate, ano pong ibig sabihin noon?
Meron po yung sanctions dito sa Joint Circular, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, let me point page 8 of the joint circular. Disbursements from CF shall be supported by certification of the accountable officer signed under oath containing the following: that the certifying officer or employee is accountable for the disbursements from the cash advance. Yan po ang pinag-uusapan. Expenses incurred in connection with the agency's confidential operations. At ang ibig nga sabihin dito is yung confidence building sa Office of the Vice President. In the case of misuse, depending on the participation in the transaction, the budget officer, the chief accountant, the treasurer, and the project officer may likewise be held accountable with the SDO. Naiintindihan po ba ito, Mr. Chair, ng ating kagalang-galang na resource person?
Your Honor, ang nakalagay po sa SDO is to disburse. So, hindi po kasi hindi po masyado po kasing general. Hindi po
Pag
naka-specific.
mag-disburse, ano po ba sa Tagalog ang disburse?
Ibigay po yung
Magbigay,
pera. So,
okay.
nagbigay po
So
ako
pag
ng pera
magbigay ka ng pera,
sa
ano ang kapalit nun?
meron po akong pinapipirmahan sa kanya.
May pinapapirmahan ka. So bakit itong pinapirmahan mo kay Colonel Nolasco ay hindi mo inattach doon sa iyong liquidation?
Ang kailangan po kasi is DEP, documentary payment of evidence. So, hindi po ako nagpapirma sa kanya or AR. Ang AR po kasi ay dun lang sa field.
Kaya nga, Mr. Chair, bakit hindi ka bumaba sa field?
Your Honor, hindi po kasi yung confidential operation po kasi ang ginagawa ng security officer. So kung confidential po operation yan, hindi po ako expert dyan, hindi ko po magagawa yan. Kasi all over the Philippines po yan.
Did you inform the Vice President that hindi mo kaya or untenable or hindi kaya na ikutin mo lahat at distributan mo?
Your Honor, alam naman po yan ng Vice President na
Alam niya pero wala siyang ginawa.
nag-assign po nag-designate po siya ng security officer.
Okay. At ang security officer na yon ay SDO na rin o hindi?
Hindi po, ako lang po.
So, can you please describe to this august body the definition of the functions of a security officer?
Ang security officer po ay siya po ang in charge sa mga security confidential information, confidential operations.
Kasama ba doon yung pagiging disbursement officer?
No, Your Honor, hindi po kasama.
Yeah. So, Mr. Chair, ang tanong, hindi ba pwedeng i-issue mo yung acknowledgement receipt kay Colonel Nolasco? Tapos yun yung iyong attachment? Tapos siya naman i-attach niya yung kanyang mga ginawa sa baba?
Your Honor, ang mababiolate po kasi dun sa JMC na dapat magagastos lang po yun sa purchase of information.
Hindi, kaya nga. Kaya nga. So kung parang gawin na natin, sabihin natin siya yung team leader na gumagawa ng task na yon, eh bakit hindi mo doon nirelease? Let's say example, in a field operation in the province of let's say so and so, eh kung merong tao doon na naka-assign si Madam Vice President, hindi ba pwedeng yung tao na yon lumipad sa'yo, pagkatapos i-release mo, rather than releasing it to one person, kasi ang nangyari niyan, binigay mo sa isang tao, pera yan ng taong bayan, in-entrust sa'yo. Hindi mo siya pwedeng ibigay sa iba ng basta-basta lang. Kasi naka-entrust yan sa'yo eh.
Your Honors, yun pong security officer, siya po yung naandun mismo sa areas.
As ko ang umikot sa baba sa lahat ng ito?
Meron po siguro siyang tao kasi hindi po niya kakayanin ng mag-isa po yan.
That's precisely my point, Mr. Chair. And this needs probably an amendment of the law or ng accountabilities of whoever is concerned. Kasi hindi naman sinasabi na i-release mo sa isang tao. Pwede mo naman i-release sa let's say 20 Colonel Nolascos. That's our point. Now, let me move forward. Ang 37.5 million, ginagastos yan sa loob ng 3 buwan. Tama? Quarterly.
Tama po, Your Honor.
Okay. Magkano ang nauubos nyo in a month's time?
In a month po, hindi po pare-pareho. Depende po.
Approximately. Approximately. A little over 10 million. I-average natin sa
Siguro
37.5.
po. Pero hindi po talaga malayo po minsan. Hindi po talaga pare-pareho.
Minsan mababa.
Minsan mababa. Depende po kasi
Depende.
sa... Yes,
My
Your Honor.
next question, Mr. Chair. Kung hindi nyo matansya, minsan mababa, minsan mataas, bakit hindi nyo ginawang monthly ang pag-disburse at kasi nakalagay sa vault mo, di ba? Then that will actually reduce the risk. Kasi ang ibig sabihin nun, at one point in time, matagal ang panahon, natutulog ang 37.5 million sa office mo.
Your Honor, nagdi-disperse po ako sa kanya mostly weekly po.
Kaya nga, weekly. Eh kung weekly ka, kung meron kang 10 million sa vault mo, magdi-disperse ka weekly, 2.5, hindi ganun ang risk rather than having 37.5 million cold cash in your office. Do you agree or you don't agree?
Your Honor, nag-disburse po ako weekly mga 4 to 6 million per week. Estimated po yan.
Mag 4 to 6 million per week ka. Sabihin na natin nasa lowest, 4 to 6 average is 5 million per week. Ibig sabihin, that's 20 million per month. That means in 3 months, that's 60 million. Masyadong mataas kung pa sa 37.5. Mr. Chair, either nagsisinungaling si Mr. Fajarda or hindi niya sinasabi ang totoo, which is actually pareho lang. Kanina ang sabi mo, on a monthly basis, ang nire-release nyo is hindi mo matansya. Sabi ko 10 million. Ang sagot mo, hindi mababa, 5. Okay, ngayon ang sinasabi mo, 4 to 6 million ka weekly. Kung 4 to 6 million weekly ka, ibig sabihin sa isang buwan, that's 20 million.
More or less, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Fajarda, pag-usapan natin ang payroll. Familiar ka sa payroll?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
You haven't heard of the word payroll?
Alam ko po, pero paano po nagpa-process ng payroll, Your
I'm
Honor?
not asking you about processing the payroll. Naiintindihan mo ba ang isang payroll?
Yun po ba ang ibig sabihin po yung sweldo?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Kung ikaw ang may hawak ng pangsweldo ng tao, let's say sa isang payroll, meron kang 100 taong suswelduhan. Example, kung meron kang 1,000 na tao na suswelduhan ng 100,000 each, so hawak-hawak mo yung pera. Or sabihin na natin, 10,000 each. Pwede bang yung sweldo ni Juan ay ipadala mo kay Maria? At si Maria ang pipirma sa sweldo ni Juan? Or is it not na kapag may payroll, dapat ibigay mo ang sweldo sa taong nararapat?
Kung sino po yung pinagbigyan ko, siya po dapat ang pepperma, Your Honor.
So ibibigay mo kung sino ang nakapangalan.
Kung kanino po talaga papunta yung payroll.
Tama. Bakit dito sa confidential fund, nakapangalan dun sa mga taong ni hindi mo kilala pagkatapos binibigay mo? What if yung pinagbigyan mo ng pera ay wala naman talagang totoong mga taong nakaharap? And you are the one accountable for that. Hindi po ba?
Your Honor, hindi po kasi ako expert dun sa trabaho ni
Kung hindi ka
security.
expert sa trabaho, ba't mo tinanggap ang pagiging SDO?
Your Honor, ang SDO po kasi is to disburse. So,
Precisely, Mr. Chair. Nagdi-disburse ka ng pera. Hindi mo pera. Pera ng taong bayan. Ibig sabihin, parte, major responsibilidad mo, ibigay mo, i-release mo kung sino ang dapat na nakapirma dyan. Kasi ibig sabihin, nire-release mo doon sa kung sino ang dapat na humarap. Hindi po ba?
tama po, Your Honor, pero kung
So, Mr. Chair, this is maybe something that can really be explored upon. Ano ba ang qualifications ng SDOs? Ano ba ang kanilang, hindi na porket banded ka, okay na. Let me move forward to Mr. Ortonio. Sir Lemuel, kasama ka po na nagwi-withdraw nag-i-encash cash ng cheque kay Ma'am Gina Acosta.
Yes, that's correct, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Paano nyo ina-arrange? Kasi ang sabi ng Land Bank nung nakarang hearing, ang cash nila is usually maximum na yung 5 million. May 2 to 5 million nga ang narinig ko nung last time. Paano nyo ini-encash? Do you call them to prepare the cash?
As far as I know, Your Honor, our cash division calls Land Bank ahead that
How
there-
many days prior?
I believe parang a day before, a day or two before, they inform Land Bank already.
So, Mr. Chair, may we ask the Land Bank official, 1 day prior, the next day, kaya nyo na yung 125 million cash, ma'am?
Land Bank, Miss Violeta Constantino.
Your
recognize.
Honor, pwede naman po yun. Usually po mga a day or two po ang ano.
A day or two. Okay. So, my next question. Sa lahat ng ito, kasama ka ni Ma'am Gina Acosta.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Prior to this, Sir Lemuel, have you had experiences withdrawing such a huge amount of cash?
No, Your Honor.
This is the first time.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sa iyong experience po, ano ang pinakamataas na nailabas mo sa bangko na cash? Na hindi na ikaw personally or kasama ka or whatever.
Maybe around 200 or 250 personal
200,
that
250,000.
I personally withdrew from the bank.
Sa itong kasong ito, kasama mo si Ma'am Gina Acosta and she is how old?
Miss Gina is 59 or 60.
59. I hope you won't mind. How old are you, Sir Lemuel? You look young, huh?
I'm already 40. I'll be turning 43 po.
Oh, 43. Still young. Hindi ka ba ninervyos na 125 million cash ang bibit-bitin nyo palabas ng bangko?
Definitely, Your Honor. Personally, yes, meron pong kaba.
Meron ka ba? Kung meron ka ba, narinig ko rin kasi yan kanina, Mr. Chairman, kay Ma'am Gina Acosta, na kabadong-kabado siya. Okay. Ang tanong ko, pareho kayong kinakabahan. Lalo na ikaw, Assistant Chief of Staff ka ni Madam Vice President. Bakit hindi nyo sinuggest sa kanya na i-withdraw yan via armored vehicle?
At the time, Your Honor, it was a thought that hindi naisipan. Truthfully, Your Honor.
But hindi lang yan once, hindi lang yan twice, thrice, pang-apat. Kasi kung naisip niya, I'm not also sure, Mr. Chair. Let us ask Land Bank, pag ganitong mga withdrawal, hindi ba kayo nagsasuggest na, Madam Vice President, mag-MOA na po tayo kasi importante na may armored vehicle na maghahatid ng pera. Did you not suggest to the Office of the Vice President?
Ms. Violeta Constantino, you're recognized.
Your Honor, wala pong request po ng galing sa
Hindi nga, nagsuggest kayo o hindi?
Hindi po.
Bakit? Hindi kaya, Mr. Chair, hindi sila nagsuggest kasi baka naman private armored vehicle ang kumukuha ng pera at hindi lang million cash. Carry it in the heavily traffic Metro Manila. Risk the lives of Mr. Lemuel Ortonio and Ma'am Gina Acosta and even the driver na wala kang kaba kasi baka mamaya ratratin yan at kunin yung pera. Is that a probability, Mr. Chair? Maybe Land Bank can answer it? If not, Mr. Chair, tanungin natin si Sir Lemuel. Anong sasakyan ang ginamit nyo?
The vehicle that I can remember is Innova.
Innova.
Yes.
Dalawa?
Ang ma-recall ko lang po, Your Honor, was the vehicle that I was in. So it was Toyota Innova.
Nasaan yung pera? Kay Ma'am Gina or nasa iyo?
As mentioned earlier, Your Honor, it's with me po. It's in the vehicle that I was in.
Tapos si Ma'am Gina nasaan?
She's in another vehicle po.
So, Mr. Chair, Sir Lemuel, mawalang galang na po. You are the Assistant Chief of Staff. Ba't ka papayag na ikaw ang magbibit-bit ng pera samantalang hindi ikaw ang SDO? In fact, as the superior of Ma'am Gina Acosta, you should have insisted that Gina Acosta should have and carried that money throughout. Kasi alam nyo na hindi ka pwedeng magbit-bit niyan dahil hindi ka banded officer. Tama o mali?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Bakit nyo inulit-ulit 4 na beses? At kung hindi pa nahuli, baka hanggang 12 beses yan.
Your Honor, because as mentioned by Ms. Gina, natatakot siya na nasa kanya lang. And we do admit, Your Honor, na it would have been better na kasama ko si Ms. Gina.
Okay, natatakot siya. Natatakot ka. Bakit ka pumayag na lahat nasa sayo?
The vehicle that I was in, Your Honor, had yung BPSPG, the one I
Ilan?
mentioned. There were 2 po. There were 2.
Excluding the one driving.
Including the one driving po.
So isang nagdra-drive, isang nasa harap, tapos ikaw yung pasahero.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Bulletproof yung Innova nyo.
No, Your Honor.
So madali siyang i-hold up. Wala kayong bulletproof na sasakyan na dala.
Remember, Your Honor, unfortunately, the vehicle of Ms. Acosta, it could have been also a Toyota Innova. But
Pero 4 na beses yung ginawa yan, kaya lang nagkaroon ka ng temporary amnesia. Tama po?
Hindi ko lang po talaga maalala yung vehicle ni Ms. Acosta. But again, most probably, it's Toyota Innova because it's either a van or Toyota Innova po ang vehicle.
Another question, Mr. Chair. Sir Lemuel, how long have you been in government?
I've been in government since 2008 po. So
What was your previous position before becoming Assistant Chief of Staff of the OVP?
previous position, I was the department head for the Human Resource Management Office of the City Government of Davao.
Yes, and that's quite a high position because it's a big city, you're a department head. Kaakibat doon, alam na alam mo ang mga responsibilidad ng bawat kawani ng gobyerno.
That's
In
correct.
this case, did you not recommend to the Vice President as Assistant Chief of Staff that the risk of the taxpayers' money amounting to 125 million every 3 months ay hindi safe sa paraan ng pagkukuha nyo? Ilang, yung isa nagdra-drive, hindi kayo naka-bulletproof. syempre, ikaw naman, I mean, you're not that old, but you're not that young either. At andun yung cargo nyo at hindi ikaw ang may hawak ng pera na yan. So bakit hindi mo ipinarating sa kanya na mali ang proseso nyo?
At the time, Your Honor, hindi namin naisipan, Your Honor.
Okay. From the bank, where do you bring the money?
We bring it to the office, Your Honor.
Saang office?
Office in Mandaluyong po.
Ang sabi ni Ma'am Gina Acosta kanina, ano yon, may extension office siya?
Yes, Your Honor, within the office in Mandaluyong.
Alam ba ito ng ibang kawani ng OVP o hindi?
Ang alam ko po, no, I believe not. So I am not sure really, Your Honor.
Ano yung office na yon? Government property?
Yes,
Or
it's
rented?
it's within the OVP office, you mean, Your Honor.
Yung extension office ni Ma'am Gina Acosta?
It's within the same floor.
I know. Yung sinasabi mo nga is ito, office ito ni Vice President. Ang tanong ko, yung extension office ni Ma'am Gina Acosta, nasaan? Andun or iba? Malayo?
It's within the same floor po. It's within the same floor.
So if it is within the same floor, paano hindi malalaman ng ibang empleyado ng OVP?
The setup right now in the Office of the Vice President po, there's a wing for the staff and there's a separate wing po. So,
There's a separate wing for what?
for where the Vice President is.
Okay, and where is the extension office of Ma'am Gina?
It's within that area po.
Saan? Yung dito sa
executive.
mga staff or dito sa kay Ma'am VP?
Executive wing po.
Okay, sa executive wing, aside from the Vice President, ilan ang empleyado doon? Plus the security, how many people have access to that office?
More or less, Your Honor, maybe around 20 people, more or less.
20. Security po.
Security, I'm not sure how many security are there, but maybe roughly around 10 to 15, maybe.
10 to 15. So let's put it at 35 persons. Hindi ba nakakapagtaka? 35 persons, Mr. Chair. Ni isa walang alam na may extension office doon?
Maybe they just thought, again, I do not know the perception of others, Your Honor. So it could be that they know it's an office of Ms. Gina.
So walang nakakaalam na may opisina doon na linalagyan ng pera na kinakash advance ni Ma'am Gina Acosta.
I would have to say so, Your Honor.
Paano kayo umaakyat sa building? Hindi dumadaan ng elevator o hindi?
Elevator po. Elevator po.
So yung mga tao na nakakita sa dinadaanan nyo ay hindi nagtataka doon sa mga malalaki at mabibigat na bag?
I cannot say, Your Honor, kung ano po yung perception ng mga people who...
Do you think it would have been safer to bring it to somebody else's house?
I am not sure, Your Honor, because if dadalhin po sa ibang bahay, I am not sure if that would look well. So,
So hindi siya nadala sa kung kanino mang bahay?
based on the information that was shared, and yes, dahil from the bank, we headed straight to the office.
You had it straight to the office. Balikan natin, Mr. Chair, yung amount. Bakit hindi ka nag-suggest ng mas sobra sa isang SDO to lessen the risk?
Your Honor, the designation of the SDO came directly po from the Vice President.
Sorry, come again?
The designation of the SDO came
Yes,
directly.
isa lang, di ba? So 125 million yung pera na at one time palaging ini-encash ni Ma'am Gina. As
That's
Assistant Chief of Staff, and actually the Chief of Staff on Admin and Finance, no, sa pagkaintindi ko, bakit hindi mo sinuggest na maging 2 o 3 ang SDO, or you could have suggested to lessen the amount being withdrawn? Kunyari, ginawa mong monthly yung withdrawal. Bakit? Ba't kailangan maging buo and increase the risk? Meron ba kayong pagbibigyan ng one time ng 100?
I am not familiar, Your Honor. The
As
instruction...
Chief of Staff, kaakibat ba ng iyong responsibilidad ang mag-recommend ng mga tamang gawain?
partly, Your Honor, that's part of it.
Okay. Let me proceed to the disbursement for vouchers. You are the Assistant Chief of Staff. Dapat pinoteksyonan mo si Vice President, no? Nakalagay doon, may pirma ka. May pirma rin si Ma'am Julieta Villadel Rey. Pareho kayo dalawa, ma'am. Ang nakalagay doon, pag pumipirma si Vice President Sara Duterte, certified expenses, cash advance necessary, lawful, and incurred under my direct supervision. Sa pagkaintindi nyo ba, kaakibat dyan na siya ang mismong responsibilidad to safeguard and make sure that 125 million in cash by Gina Acosta quarterly should be legally and lawfully utilized. Tama po ba, Sir Lemuel?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Ma'am Julieta,
Tama po, Your Honor.
pakilakasan po, ma'am.
Tama po, the Vice President.
So ang ibig nyo sabihin, maski nakapirma kayo ditong dalawa, ang direct accountable person is the Vice President.
Your Honor, ang certification po ng accountant is pertaining to cash availability and completeness of supporting documents for the cash advance.
Okay, how about the Assistant Chief of Staff?
For the DV, it's for the approval of the payment, Your Honor.
Approval of the payment.
Yes, Your Honor.
In other words, kung accountable si Vice President Sara Duterte, you are equally accountable. Tama po ba?
I would have to say so, Your Honor. Yes.
In other words, bakit pinayagan mong labas-pasok ang cash na parang walang mga safeguards? My next question, sinabi kanina ni Ma'am Gina Acosta, bumili siya ng 3 volt. Tama? Gaano kalaki yung volt?
As she mentioned, Your Honor, mga around 4 feet daw, Your Honor. Yun yung recollection ko.
Was this privately purchased or purchased by government?
Could be privately purchased po because I never
Who paid
recall-
for the volts?
That I do not know po, Your Honor. Because
Okay.
I never recalled signing any procurement for volts.
Ang next question ko, bakit kailangan bumili ng 3 volt? Na pwede ka namang magkaroon ng 1 volt. Magkano ang laman nung kung buong 125 million ba ang pumapasok sa 1 volt? Sa 3 volt?
As mentioned by Ms. Acosta, pinagkakasya yung money.
So why did you not, ba't hindi nyo hinati-hati yung pera?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Ba't hindi hinati-hati? Ba't hindi ginawang monthly?
The allocation, Your Honor, is per quarter po. That's why the...
So you cannot release ito na monthly basis, Mr. Chair? Ganun ba?
Per our understanding, Your Honor, the preparation for the release is on a quarterly basis.
Come again?
Quarterly basis.
Quarterly basis ang release. Kaninong decision yon?
This is coming from the Office of the Vice President po, sa Vice President.
So quarterly ang release based sa instruction ni Vice President.
The preparation, yes, Your Honor.
Hindi pinag-uusapan nga natin, encashment ng pera.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi nakapirma ka and si Attorney Sanchez. Di ba? So alam nyo rin yung accountability.
Correct.
Pwede ba siya maging monthly instead of quarterly para maging safe?
Based on the understanding, it's quarterly po.
Hindi nga, ang tanong nga, pwede ba siyang maging monthly? Ang quarterly kasi nanggaling ang instruction kay Vice President. Pwede bang gawing monthly? Yung pag-withdraw nyo, kunyari, 40 million per month, mas less ang risk. At kung ma-hold,
Your Honor.
why did you not recommend it?
The instruction na po, Your Honor, was from the Vice President po.
Can you comment, Attorney Rosalyn Sanchez, on the same topic? Yes, the chair nods. You're recognized yata.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Your Honor, I was not consulted on this matter. It was my understanding that in matters pertaining to confidential funds, it would be handled directly by the head of agency, Your Honor, and I was never consulted.
Even if you were not consulted, you are the one signing the checks. Kayong dalawa ni Mr. Lemuel Ortonio ang pumipirma ng cheque. Di ba?
Yes.
So pag pumipirma kayo ng cheque, alam nyo na 125 million cash, bawat 3 buwan, ang kukunin ni Ma'am Gina Acosta. Kaya ang tanong dito, tama ba yun or hindi kayo nag-recommend? Hindi nyo inisip yung safeguards? And at every one point in time, may 125 million na cash sa office nyo. Eh syempre with that huge amount, possible criminals pwede yung pasukin ng walang takot. Di ba? Yes or no, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, I did not recommend, but it was my understanding that with matters pertaining to security arrangements, the
No, ma'am. My question is, hindi nyo ba nakita ang risk? Hindi nyo ba nakita yung risk na delikado, 125 million, kukunin ng cash, isasakay sa Innova, ililipat pa dun kay Ed Lemuel, tapos dadalhin sa opisina, iiwan sa opisina. Hindi ba yan risky? That's my question. I'm not asking if you were consulted or not. And my succeeding question is,
the office really defers to the assessment of the VPSPG, Mr. Chair. So if it was
sa
their
personal
assessment-
mong pananaw, kung ikaw si Gina Acosta at si Mr. Ortonio will be in your place, sa tingin mo ba hindi magiging delikado ang buhay mo sa ganyang sistema?
Mr. Chair, if there are safeguards, Mr. Chair, because there is also risk, Mr.
Please
Chair.
answer it with yes or no. Sa tingin mo ba hindi magiging delikado ang buhay mo if you were in the shoes of Gina Acosta?
Yes, Mr. Chair, of course.
So gagawin mo ba yun or magsasuggest ka, magre-recommend ka ng safeguards?
I would weigh the risk, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so Mr. Chair, may I now ask again, Ma'am Julieta, the same question. Ma'am, ikaw po ay nagpipirma din ng cheque. Papunta kay Ma'am Gina. Is it not that you are also a signatory to the check or silang dalawa? Okay, you are a signatory on the disbursement voucher. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Pero alam nyo rin po na yung cheque i-encash, tama?
After issuance, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am, you're organic to the OVP?
Yes, ma'am.
Matagal ka na po sa OVP? How long, ma'am?
34 years, Your Honor.
Yeah. And you have been an accountant in the OVP.
Yes, Your Honor.
In your 34 years of experience, Mr. Chair, Ma'am Julieta, was there ever an instance na ang isang vice presidente ay nagwi-withdraw ng ganito kalaking pera?
This is the first time, Your Honor.
Okay. How much was the maximum encashment of a certain official in the OVP? Sa
For
pag
confidential fund, Your Honor.
any encashment sa pagkaalala mo?
3 million, Your Honor.
3 million. So at least yung risk hindi ganun kalaki. So, Mr. Chair, the reason why I'm asking this, kasi marami ang nagtatanong, bakit ba ito iniimbestiga? Iniimbestiga ito kasi nakikita ngayon na hindi na alam kung talaga bang napunta sa kaukulang layunin ang pera o hindi. Moreover, it is apparent, and I mean my apologies, Sir Lemuel and Attorney Sanchez, you might, and even Mr. Fajarda, siguro meron kayong mga inyo-inyong talento. But bottom line, Mr. Chair, is that, apologies, and I have to say this, the appointing officer of these three officials here possibly appointed them without the qualifications of accountable officers. And that is why we are in this mess, because either they are in fear, takot sila, or they remain to be deaf, mute, and blind to the blatant release and encashment of millions of pesos. And that is why, in aid of legislation, Mr. Chair, there should be stronger accountability of SDOs. And there should also be stronger accountability of the other officers. Lastly, Mr. Chair, Sir Lemuel, every withdrawal nililipat sa sasakyan mo dahil natatakot si Ma'am Gina Acosta. Correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Sino ang nagbibit-bit ng pera palabas?
Palabas
Sa bangko papunta sa sasakyan na sinasakyan mo?
bank. But I will try to recall again, Your Honor, and maybe in the next committee hearing, I can have better recollection.
Kasi Mr. Chair, kunyari magwi-withdraw kang ng 500,000, no? Or 1 million, tapos matanda ka na, bibit-bitin mo yon, medyo frail ang isang senior, hindi talaga tumutulong ang bangkong magbit-bit. Kasi pag nagka-problema yan, sila ang sisisihin. And that's a bank policy. Sino pang ibang tumulong? Yung paghakwat papunta sa sasakyan.
Your Honor, I can recall na meron nga yung parang trolley. And possibly
Sino
po,
nagpo-push ng trolley?
again, Your Honor, as I can recall, it's the from the bank. As to doon
Teller,
sa...
security guard.
Definitely
Pero
not.
Mr. Chair, hindi lang kasi ito isang beses eh. 4 na beses kasi eh. Pwede bang yung 4 na beses na yun ay nakalimutan nyo? So dun sa likod lahat nakalagay ang pera or dun sa harap?
Likod po, Your Honor.
Likod lahat.
Yes.
Gaano kabigat yung isang bag?
Hindi ko po siya na-try, Your Honor, na
Naihakwat?
oo, na alsahin po, Your Honor.
Pero are you aware?
I-
Are you aware about the accountability of such an action?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Chair, may we get the input of the Assistant Chief of Staff? Yung bang activities na nakasaad doon sa mga papel na nakita mo ay sang-ayon doon sa joint circular?
Based on the documents that were presented to me when we got the AOMs, yes, Your Honor, because there were several acknowledgement receipts, and then there was also a certification coming from the VP-SPG that they were able to conduct intelligence and confidential operations.
So ang naging implementor, Mr. Chair, nitong mga confidence building activities under the Office of the Vice President are actually the VP, what do you call that?
VP-SPG.
VP-SPG.
As to the implementer, Your Honor, I'm not really sure if it's the VP-SPG, but it was signed by Colonel Lachica po, who is the group commander of the VP-SPG.
So in other words, dahil siya ang group commander at siya ang pumirma, sila ang nag-implement.
As per my understanding, Your Honor, Colonel Lachica as the security officer has a different set of parang operatives nila, Your Honor. And that again, Your Honor, I'm not very familiar. So maybe Colonel Lachica would be the best person to provide such information.
Are the 3 volts still with the office of Ma'am Gina Acosta?
We'll have to check with Miss Gina po.
So Mr. Chair, siguro ang isang dapat nito is every time an office is allocated confidential funds, siguro dapat tingnan yung kakayanan ng ating mga accountable officers. Kasi dalawa lang po yan eh. Either you will appoint or recommend capable officials, or you will appoint or recommend officials who will be good followers but not really real soldiers. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, at sana itong pangyayari na ito ay hindi na ulit mangyari, lalong-lalo na sa ibang ahensya. And by the way, Mr. Chair, I just noticed dun sa kanilang mga accomplishment report, nakalagay palagi confidence/intelligence funds. Parang naging pro forma kasi wala namang intel funds eh. If you look at the paper, yung kanilang mga accomplishment report, it says accomplishment report for confidential/intelligence funds. Parang pro forma na kinuha. Where in fact, it should be confidential funds because hindi naman military agency yung OVP at yung DepEd. So I do hope, Mr. Chair, while I do respect Sir Fajarda, Sir Lemuel Ortonio, Attorney Sanchez, and even Ma'am Gina Acosta, napakabigat ng ganitong pangyayari na ang nagiging kawawa ay mga ordinaryong opisyal ng gobyerno dahil alam natin sa ganitong sitwasyon, while even if they feign ignorance on what happened, with position actually comes accountability. So I actually cannot, swallow the fact na maraming mga government officials and employees ang madadamay dahil lang hindi nila naintindihan kung ano yung dapat gawin or hindi na igawa ng maayos ang utos ng ating isang opisyal. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Chairman, may manifestation.
Yes, SDS, Dong Gonzales.
Salamat, Mr. Chairman. Tamang-tama ni Congressman Janet, natumbok niya uli yung kay La Chica. So, magbibigay po ako ng manifestation that I manifest that both OVP and DepEd funds are really controlled by Colonel La Chica. In the end, it's controlled by only one group. So they have the same confidential programs. Wouldn't a group be confused if the programs were different? The OVP and DepEd have different mandates. So yun lang po, Mr. Chairman. At isang tanong ko lang po, si Colonel Nolasco is under Colonel La Chica, Mr. Assistant COS?
Colonel Dennis Nolasco is used to be the deputy commander po.
But is under Colonel La Chica?
Under Colonel La Chica po.
That's all, Mr. Chairman. Salamat.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Acop, you're recognized.
Thank you. Mr. Ortonio, did I hear you right na just because may mga kompleto yung liquidation report because of the existence of acknowledgement receipts, okay na po? Tama po ba yung pagkaintindi ko?
Apart from the acknowledgement receipts, there's also a certification coming from the VPSPG. And we were also furnished, Your Honor, with a copy of their accomplishment report. However, we were not able to submit it to COA, which is which was the reason why we were issued.
Not properly filled up, would you still consider your answer to the Honorable Garin the same?
No, Your Honor, if it's not true, Your Honor.
The next question is, did you vet the attachments to your liquidation report?
No, Your Honor. I was only able to see the acknowledgement receipts, Your Honor, when we already prepared the reply to the AOM.
Were you not surprised that the acknowledgement receipts presented in today's hearing and in the previous hearings ay hindi po nasa tama?
I would not say po na hindi nasa tama. I think based on the ARs that were submitted, it would be the security officer who would be able to best explain.
Yeah, I agree that they will explain, pero dumadaan po sa inyo eh. And sa tingin niyo po ba, ministerial lang yung trabaho ninyo? That just because it was prepared by uniformed personnel, lusot na, tama na, correct na?
No, Your Honor.
But according to you, you did not do anything. You did not vet the documents which were attached to the liquidation reports.
Based on the, because of the voluminous amount of documents, Your Honor, we might not have been able to check it properly, Your Honor. But again, these are submitted already to COA po.
Yes. Now, may I know what is the status of Colonel Lachica and Colonel Nolasco doon po sa mga opisina ng OVP at saka DepEd?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Are they official employees of DepEd or Office of the Vice President?
No, Your Honor.
And you, shall we say, entrusted to them the use and a part of the liquidation of the confidential funds to them?
Yes, Your Honor, because they were designated for OVP, Your Honor, because Colonel Lachica is designated as the security officer po.
So you think that is appropriate and in order? Na ipagamit ninyo, ang gagamit po ng pondo, magmamanage lahat, ay isang tao na hindi naman po officially nasa office or empleyado ng opisina.
Yes, Your Honor, but because
tama po yun?
He has a designation po as a security officer.
Tama po ba yun? Sa akala nyo?
In my understanding, Your Honor, yes, because number one, he is designated, and in terms of conducting confidential activities, the security officer would be the best person to conduct such activities.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
We will. Thank you. Wala na po. Yes, Congressman Paduano.
Ang tanong kasi ni Chairman Acop, ano na to, jointer lang tanong kasi ni Chairman Acop, tama o ba na i-designate as security officer yung hindi naman bahagi ng Office of the Vice President? And kasi magkaiba po yun, di ba? May magkaibang agency yun, di ba? So yun isang tanong na, kaya nga, ano ko, Mr. Chairman, with regards to that question that was raised by Chairman Acop, tama po ba o hindi? Of course, hindi natin pinapangunahan ng COA, it's up to them, but if a case will be filed, that would be a test case, no? Designating SO daw, security officer using confidential fund, which is not part of that agency. Now, second is, of course, question was SDO. This is the first time, kasi po, normally, nandito naman po yung COA, alam po ng COA that the authority given to the SDO cannot be delegated. Because an authority which is delegated to an SDO cannot be delegated, definitely. Di ba? Ngayon, ito, question of confidential fund, again, if a case will be filed, this will also be a test case. Kasi aabot talaga ito sa Supreme Court, yung mga appeals and everything, no? Kaya, Mr. Chairman, yung sa COA lang po, wala dito yung COA. Madam COA, saan ba yung COA? Anyway, nandito yung isa. Anyway, ano lang po, yung ano ko lang po, yung advice ko, because it was raised by Congressman Dante, And lagi po, pag katapos ni Congressman Dante, umalis po kagad. But please check because you were asked by Dante if this is the first time that you were issued a subpoena. And this is not the first time. Si Chairman, Chairman ng good government natin. This is not the first time because even in my committee, but in fact, we direct COA to conduct a fraud audit in the absence of NDs, in the absence of EOMs. Yung iba, EOMs pa lang. So, hindi po cases, no? Pag-check na lang po para in the next hearing, COA, pagkapaganda po kayo, no? Pag may mga similar question that will be raised in your mandate and in your function, no? As COA. Now, lastly, Mr. Chairman, with regards to the admin matters, just to balikan lang po natin yung issuance of contempt order to the fore, no?
We
Mr.
have an outstanding contempt and
Yeah.
arrest order with respect to Ortonio.
Yes, Chairman, can I proceed?
But insofar as Ortonio is concerned, I think the committee issued two contempt and arrest order. So what is the pleasure of the
Yes, Mr. Chairman,
members?
yung kay Ortonio kasi, ito, you violated 1611 paragraph A, yung first contempt, no, sa apat. It's a question, it's paragraph A, refusal to obey summons without legal excuse. So you're not present for the previous hearing, so you were cited in contempt in violation of 1611 paragraph A. Now with regards to Sir Ortonio, he was cited again in contempt through the motion of Congressman Hill Bongalon in violation of 1611 once again, but paragraph F, the same as in the violation of Attorney Lopez. Now, Mr. Chairman, since the four, now including Ms. Gina Acosta, voluntarily appear into this hearing, but still the violation has been committed, no? And when in fact they have not yet served such contempt orders from this committee because they were not in possession of the SAA. But, Mr. Chairman, because they voluntarily appear into this hearing, may I move, Mr. Chairman, to grant Mr. Limel Ortonio, Ms. Sansen Farda, Ms. Gina F. Acosta, and Mr. Edward Farda to be granted the furlough, Mr. Chairman. So move, Mr. Chairman.
There's a motion to grant.
Second.
Duly seconded.
And Mr. Chairman, may I ask the COMSEC if we have established a quorum because the motion to contempt, to contempt the four resource persons were issued the contempt by the members of the committee present during the previous hearing, unanimously approved, and we'll just like to establish if there's still a quorum because we cannot lift or grant a furlough without the a quorum.
COMSEC.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Your Honor, there were registration of votes and there was a quorum registered at 11:33 p.m. with the Secretariat, Your Honor. The following members voted for the furlough of the four OVP employees. Chairperson Joel Chua, SDS Don Gonzales, Vice Chairperson Acop, Deputy Minority Leader Castro, Kong Ortega V, Representative Zia Alonto Adyong, Kong Paduano, Vice Chairperson Janet Garin, Congressman Rog Gutierrez, and Congressman Barbers, Your Honor. So we have 10 members voting unanimously for the furlough, Your Honor.
Chairman,
Yes,
and lastly,
yes.
Mr. Chairman, just to remind the resource person that was granted furlough today's hearing.
That this is conditional.
With the commitment that you should be present in the next hearing, no? And tentatively, that will be Friday this week. No? So, I hope you have that commitment.
Your Honor, maybe, Mr. Chair, may I be recognized?
Yes, please, Mr. Ortonio.
First of all, maybe on behalf of my colleagues, I would like to extend our gratitude for extending furlough, in terms of the orders that were issued to us. So we'd like to extend our appreciation, our gratitude to this one. And part of this would be the commitment to be attending the succeeding hearings po. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Meron pa po bang gustong...
Mr. Chair, I have
Yes,
a quick
Congressman.
manifestation, of course, with the indulgence of
Congressman Janet Garin.
I saw in the news a statement of Senator Bato, and this was actually related to Attorney Zuleika Lopez when she was. Can I play his words quickly? Okay lang po ba?
Yes, please.
Instead, discharge. Why? atensyon. Ang inyo, tapos ang bilis ninyong discuss yung tao. Ganun na pala. Somebody is there anybody terrorizing you that accept our vision? Ganun ba? Tinawagan ba kayo? Tawagan ka kami ng pasyente na yan?
Mr. Chair, just minadali daw kaagad na discharge. Hindi man lang daw pinatingnan yung scoliosis, gustong ma-x-ray, gustong ma-scan, hindi man lang pinagawa ng medical test, and he was saying, bakit ganito? Meron bang nagte-terrorize sa St. Luke's? Meron bang nag-terrorize sa mga doktor na bakit kailangan kaagad ilabas-labas si Attorney Zulaika Lopez? For the record, Mr. Chair, hindi naman po ganun ng mga doktor. And I've had a long history with St. Luke's. Hindi po ganun ang hospital na yon. And for the record, Mr. Chair, lahat ng tao kapag dinadala sa hospital, if it warrants admission, the hospital will really admit. If it warrants emergency attention, the hospital will really give due attention. Most possibly, if the patient does not warrant admission, the hospital will refuse. Kasi hindi po hotel yan eh. Second, Mr. Chair, yung hospital, syempre, meron din yung mga maraming ibang pasyente. And there are several reasons that the hospital does that because, syempre, matutulog doon si VP. It's a security nightmare. So with that, Mr. Chair, I'm just putting that in record. Kasi baka mamaya, meron pa ibang mga statements si Senator Bato accusing doctors or accusing people of terrorizing doctors and hospitals. Then that can lead to possible discussion in the future. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair.